these hard drives aren't going to fill themselves. Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents Flotsam and Jetsam Season 2 Episode 5. I am your host, but not the DM. The DM's mic is currently muted, so let me unmute their mics. Get them all nice and toasty warm.
How we doing?
Back to hopefully pre-levels.
I did one.
Good. How's everyone doing on this fine Saturday? It's been a while since we've streamed.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Let's see if we remember how to do this.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Oh, good. I was like, my cell phone. I've left my cell phone. How can I log into Twitch without my cell phone? Because modern society. I just realized that if work locks out my cell phone again, like if I have a screw up with the IT at work, I can't play D&D with you without making a new Twitch account. That's
Nice.
stupid. The biggest news in my domain, we've been eating. We're back on a diet and we're being healthy. We're doing all that stuff. I had a bit of a, we're gonna call it a low period over summer. Spring summer. Adam was kind of at a, could have been better. What's your status? Don't talk to me was kind of my status. We're at a much better status right now. Exercising and eating properly. My wife read that, beef heart. It's really good for the dogs. It's good for the people. This is a good thing. And you know what? It tastes really good. It's as a meat. It just tastes like a really rough steak if you overcook it. It tastes like a really tender steak if you don't. But she basically was looking at recipes and she picked a Peruvian recipe. And the Peruvian recipe had a homemade chili paste that you use to cook the potatoes and the meat and the corn in. And so she went to the Chinese grocery store, where we get the heart, and to get the peppers. And they didn't have the Peruvian peppers. So she picked a random pepper off the shelf and went, this is my Peruvian pepper. This random pepper that I don't know what it is. This is the right pepper.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? So she started cooking and she says, my fingers hurt. And I'm like, well, you should probably wear gloves if we're using hot peppers and, we should, be careful. And then I hear the fan going downstairs and a bunch of coughing and I start giggling because... screw me and my advice. So she's like roasting this concoction downstairs and making mustard gas, which is slowly rolling up the stairs. I actually had to cancel a meeting because I couldn't talk because the dog was under the bed because of the spice in the air. The dog was hiding from the spicy air.
So what Scoville rating of the pepper was the Peruvian pepper versus the pepper she picked up?
We were supposed to be using peppers that were like a modified jalapeno. So those are like 15,000 Scoville.
Okay.
Which is, spicy, right? These were 500,000 Scoville. They are... and she used 8 of them.
As a brown man, I would suggest not approaching that. I'm just telling you.
So
not a good dude. That's gonna help.
I would be begging for death. Oh my god!
I
so
didn't
let me
look up...
just divide. It is
need a colon transplant.
33 times as hot.
As it should have been.
As it should have been. 33 times.
33 times. So,
my hands hurt.
Repaint the house.
Because touching it burns your skin, right? Like you get chemical burns from
Did
them.
she chop it up with bare hands?
Well, she sliced them with bare hands, and then she stuck it in a food processor and blended them
Oh my god!
to make a paste. And then smeared
Is she
paste.
okay? God.
Is she okay? She literally had she still has red chemical burn on her fingers, right?
God.
Reminds me of the time I when I was using a weed whacker and I cut that poison ivy.
Oh,
Like,
oh no! You aerosolized poison ivy.
Yeah,
We
very
aerosolized
bad day.
Yeah.
I feel for her. I feel for you guys.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
Like,
no, it was-
what's the
Fox!
Scoville
It's Fox!
rating
Hey,
of
man.
like pepper spray?
Pepper spray.
less than that.
The
Doing
Scoville.
humane.
So you didn't eat this meal, basically, is what you're
Oh,
saying.
I ate it. I am a.
You're
She had a
super.
hard time. She could only have a couple of bites. I ate it. I'm a manly man. So pepper spray.
I'm a manly man who has no respect for his butthole.
this is
Yeah,
true.
order it
I show
home.
that. I show that once, boss. Pepper spray is 2 billion.
2 million. Okay.
So they're 1/4 pepper spray.
Oh my god.
Pure capsaicin is 1.6 billion.
So,
So it's 1/3
instead of 8 peppers, you could have done 2 peppers worth of
So for your
spray.
next meal,
Yeah,
you've got salt and pepper spray.
we got salt, pepper spray. So I had to scrape some of the peppers off, like pepper paste, but not all of it. It was really spicy, and it made my taste buds hurt because I know that or your saliva glands when you eat something that's too spicy, your saliva glands start aching like they had a workout.
Yeah.
Right? Like, like, oh, your arm pain or back pain or whatever from in the gym too much, when your tongue is like, no, I've had a serious workout, bro. That's when I know it's too spicy.
There's this trend in stories that Adam has about his wife. She doesn't do good with units of measure. Units of measure. It's a units of measure story. It's just it's just a different.
It's a different unit of measure.
Fox is asking for the name of the pepper.
What's the pepper? Yeah.
It was an it's an umbrella something or other. Here, let's see if I have it on my phone still. I was trying to look it up before the stream because it was a strange one. But it was 150 to 500,000 Scovilles. Florida flood. What else have we Googled here? Pumpkin monster. Don't worry about that. Adam West Batman.
All right. Well,
My phone is
well, Adam's
actually.
looking that up. Ahmed, what's up with you, man? Alderate. How's it going?
I'm on a
Welcome to the
second or third week of a cold.
Yeah. Cool.
Hey, welcome to the channel. Yeah, it's great. It's like I was going. It was going. I was healing. I was recovering, and then it got bad again because I just left the house. So I've got a kid in high school, kid in primary school, a kid in daycare. I live in a petri dish. It's just. What are we gonna get this week? I don't know. Roll the dice. Oh, your fort safe sucks. Look at that.
It's a boy.
hey, the virus. So, yeah, that's me.
Lantern
That's
pepper,
me.
crazy.
Yeah, they were lantern peppers. They're a problem. I don't recommend them.
I don't recommend brew.
We're just starting this.
I like spicy stuff, but when it's like, oh, it's half as hot as a ghost pepper, I don't like it.
No, thank you.
No, the difference is like it's not like extract of, it's the whole thing.
Oh man, I feel sorry every time you have a my wife bad with unit of measurement story. Oh goodness. Oh.
I didn't talk about my half-painted front door because volumes and areas
are just units of measurement.
that was when I was at your place playing D&D.
Petri dish almost died because of spice. Mark, what have you been up to? What's going on?
Just working basically a lot lately. But my door's all painted. I didn't burn my O-ring out, and and I haven't had a cold yet this year. So
good for you.
I guess I'm doing better than some people.
Pay you a visit.
How you doing?
Quick side thing.
I'm in the Ahmed camp. I'm trying to shake off this cold. It seems to be lingering, and I blame the karaoke mics for the cold that I got this last time around, which was a fun weekend in Toronto. A lot of comedy this summer. I saw Jim Jeffries, Jim Carr, and the Beautiful Dogs guy. What is his name? The Tires Beautiful
Tires guy.
Oh, Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis. I also saw a Canadian comedian. His name was Tavern.
I'm trying to not say Frenchy McFroggerson, but
No,
the
he
French
was very French. Every third word was like "colesesti," you know. It was funny. It was very, very funny. Dennis, I want to say it's Dennis something, but
Is it Denis?
Comedy at Trevi
Yeah, Francois.
Tavern, Sudbury. Of course, I'm getting different results here in the States.
Google has localized to your IP address.
Yep.
That'll teach you for using VPNs. Trevi's tattered. The Dutch place.
When it comes to me, I'll share it. And then I did check out that one edgelord comedian that you sent me to, Adam.
Oh yeah.
That's a fun time.
I
expected the videos to be a little more highbrow than they were, and
no, they're not. No.
Yeah. What was his name again? Sorry, Marty's having a hard time with names today for some reason.
Give me 1 second.
Henrik?
It might be. It was. You're talking to a guy who doesn't actually do names. What are those for? It would be. No. Sorry.
Anyways, a lot of comedy this summer. Sick because of karaoke. We got together in person to play a game a lot, which was a lot of fun. And it was a good summer in Canada. Bell is still gaslighting me on when I'm going to get high-speed internet to the house in Canada, which is
Joe Hamrick.
Joe Hamrick, yes. He's got some amusing videos, but his interview with
Unsubscribe
was like,
some of the best comedy I've ever heard. It's just four dudes talking
you
shit.
You don't need to be a fan of that podcast to have a fun time during that podcast. Like I never watched them before. Adam showed me that clip. He is so funny. He has all four of those dudes just so off kilter and off off balance the entire time. Yeah. How long has this campaign been running? What levels are the PCs? We are in session log. We've done maybe about 28 games. We started this particular campaign in January of this year. And the levels of the PCs, they're all 6th. And there's a boatload of them. Marty's normally the DM, and how they keep the DM busy is they let me have more than one character, and I just created a
Well, I think since we've done a bunch of offline stuff, we should probably do a summary of where are we at, what are we doing, what's happening.
Yeah, for those that haven't followed us on YouTube and have watched every video, how would we typify this campaign?
You're forgiven if you haven't.
Yeah, exactly. So let's kind of catch people up a little bit here. So effectively, we're on a world where successive waves of people from different worlds have come to try to conquer the planet. At first, there were giants, then there were dwarves, and then there were people from the Gaz-Region Empire, and then there were the Imperium, and now orcs. Something has happened to the moon on the planet that has cut off interplanetary teleportation magic, and that was about 150 years ago. Right now, the world is still in turmoil, which has given rise to a lot of piracy. It is it's theoretically a pirate campaign, but we've yet to be on a pirate boat. We did one act of piracy in 28 games. The first chapter can be described as, oh my god, we're in a horror movie. Something was chasing our boat around. We crashed our boat, went to a deserted island, looted the island, and are now in a small town that is a neutral port for pirates, where they retrofit boats. And the party is super excited right now because we're going to finally get our own boat that we will be the quote-unquote masters of. The particular situation that we're in is that another pirate crew has hired us to screw over a third pirate crew. The angel pirates don't like the devil pirates, is like broad strokes. and we're trying to delay the devil pirates, and we're using every sort of means of skullduggery, lying, and we freed a bunch of, and the devil pirates are slavers. We've freed a bunch of slaves and now have more crew, and we're in the middle of negotiating with the pirates in the neutral port. The pirates aren't supposed to be committing violence against each other, but violence is being committed against each other. It's just on the sly, and that's sort of the situation that we're in. The stakes are our boat is being retrofitted. It was a boat that was a merchant sailing ship that got sunk, and then the powers that be in this small town rose it from the sea and are now retrofitting the boat, making it seaworthy, and it's the reason why we haven't sailed away from this place. In the meantime, we're doing this job for the angel pirates. They have better names than the broad strokes I'm giving them, but
Angels and devils. All right.
yeah. All right. So I think that's where we're at. Our Mark has got the elected captain of our crew, Molgromere. He's also controlling Gaetano, who's the lazy charmer. Ahmed's got one character, soon to be two, who's playing the drunk monk named Banta, and then there's a whole cast of other characters and NPCs that I'm running around with. Black Dog, Sungwoo, Ganzorig, Lee, and Jin are the mains. Oh, and the talking goldfish. We'll get to him. You'll see him. All right. I think where we left off, a very specific. Last game was called Baywatch. It could be seen on YouTube. On their watch, Banta, Lee, Hida, Daedalus break into the storehouse to find two chain devils hunting an escaped slave named Stefan. Molgromere finds a strange tattoo on Stefan, marking him as a person of interest to a dangerous spellcaster, while Rickety convenes court to settle the matters between the Ebon Chain and Molgromere's crew. Ganzorig leads a small strike force that ambushes a group of Kaitanese pirates that have made landfall nearby. And I think that's where we left off last game. And I'm going to switch the map to our tactical map and let Adam take it away.
Perfect.
I think we should be on Squibs map. Is that...
Should be on the Squibs, yep. All right. Okay, so part of the party was suspecting some foul play from the Kaitanese pirates of the Ebon Chain. They traveled to the eastern banks to basically route out and try to follow some tracks that they found earlier. In the forests, they were able to subdue, we're going to say, although there's a bunch of red X's, so subdue with great violence. These primarily like 4 tieflings and 1 human pirate of the Ebon Chain. Sufficiently quiet such that the Ebon Chain itself, as well as the negotiations that are happening on the other side of the boathouse within the Squibs, were not disrupted. At this point in time, Rickety, who is the one who is sort of judging whether or not there was foul play or if restitution is required for the violence that was done amongst the docks, was demanding that Molgromere present a story and then what evidence he has to back up his story for the events. In this interaction, Mark, just so that you're aware, Molgromere has effectively claimed the crew, although he's been kind of tap dancing around whether or not you're officially a crew. Rickety's been not necessarily buying that portion, because if they're not your crew, then they would have to defend themselves, and things might get a little bit dicier for them and their interactions. At this point in time, Jonathan, the navigator of an Azada crew, was preparing to cast spells on your behalf. He was preparing to cast blood biographies, which I guess Marty can help answer this. Which blood biographies are you asking him to cast? He has 3 of them prepared.
What do you mean, which ones?
What would you like to do blood biography? You have like samples from wounded or slain pirates.
Definitely the pirate that killed the other pirate. And then the pirate who died at Daedalus's hands.
Okay.
And then another one. I think we're gonna avoid Grungle.
Okay, so not Grungle. And then, are you using it on any of the wounded rags that you had from your own crewmen?
Oh, he's got 3 of them. Okay, yeah. So one will be the pirate that died from the other pirate, the pirate that died from Daedalus. So basically, trying to prove that, yeah, there's a bunch of chaos and slavers fighting each other, and the slaves fighting the slavers had nothing to do with us. And then we're going to cast blood biography on, I think, the Griffin. I think that's the most damning.
Okay. All right. For the Griffin, there's no issues. There was no chaos. You have blood and a bandage. And you said that one was 3rd. For the first one, it was the one where the one pirate killed the other pirate.
Yep. This
happened in the sea. So there's a bunch of interactions, fighting happening. Give me a survival or heal check for how well you help them sample the body, or how the samples point out if you're trying to point to specific wounds versus other wounds.
Who would have done this?
That's my question.
Probably would have been Jin.
Okay.
You want a heal check?
Give me a diplomacy check from Molgromere to basically for having Jin involved in some of the pre-gathering.
Okay.
31 from Jin for his heal check.
Okay, and Molgromere's diplomacy. 26.
Okay, yeah. So they've got no issues with Jin. Nobody is outwardly claiming that there is or at least Rickety is not believing that there is bias being put into this through Evan's tampering, anything of that nature.
Through the Sun Priest, yeah, the Sun Priest of civilization, yeah.
And then just to be aware, because it wasn't stated, Bagramok, this large ogreish, partially chitin ogreish man who has a smaller halfling with no tongue riding him. She communicates telepathically, and we decided previously that we did not want to reenact Shogun, where we said everything repeatedly. So when she's actually speaking through Rickety, and there's currently a truce on using telepathic communication outside of that. Okay.
Who runs Rickety Squibs? Master Blaster.
So these are the slavers that we're doing negotiations with. This is Molgromere right here. He's half orc, and we've mentioned Jin, who is the healer, Sun Priest, and a little bit clueless when it comes to humanoids.
All right. So the blood biography. The person is dead. So there is no saving throw. The name of the person. All right. So, Mark, what is a good Chitinese tiefling pirate name?
Did we use Malachi recently?
No. That's totally fine. Now he would be known as Malik, because Malachi is long.
Now.
Now. All right. So the name Mal. What are you? He is a. Give me a percentile roll, Mark.
Okay. 38.
38. Okay. He is a tiefling. He's a tiefling male. Professional role. He views himself as a slaver.
Wow.
How was your blood shed? Okay. You got a 31, Marty?
Yep.
Okay, so you beat the DC by 5, 10, 15, by 20. Okay, give me a percentile roll. There's a 5% chance that the blood is from a different wound or the interaction was not what you intended. Okay, 46. How was your blood shed? Brief outline of the events. Was slashed through the throat by Benjamin's spiked chain. When was your blood shed? It would be like 18 hours ago, something like that. Yesterday, we're gonna put down yesterday.
And Jonathan the Navigator is.
Jonathan the Navigator has cast this spell with a bit of a flourish. He's got this big scroll and he's writing out the answers. Give me sense motives. From sense motives or spellcrafts from all those around.
I think Jin is studying how everyone's reacting to this. 14 is not a really great roll.
I don't see Gitano, so I'll just do Molgromere.
I think Gitano. Where did Gitano? I think it's Gitano over in the.
It's fine if he's.
Yeah, no, Gitano is out in the woods playing.
Yeah. It's fine if he's not being productive, because that is generally his.
He
That's
definitely
his neutral state.
he definitely helped out in the fight against the pirates. The other group across the way here. Let's just zoom
Yeah,
out.
well, when all the
over
effort
here.
is, I wave my hands and say things. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. His murderous command. Well,
Yeah.
People who are under murderous commands aren't sending signal flares, for example.
No,
right.
no. They're shoving the flares down someone else's throat.
All right.
Kind of.
Okay. Jonathan is what was the highest roll there?
I think Molgromere with a 17.
17. He is casting spells and writing them out. That's seems to be fair enough. All right, so I will for this one. I'm just going to drop it into the. Oh. All right. The second one. You want the one who was slain by Daedalus.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Give me a heal check for Jin. You've already done the diplomacy check. Mark, I need another name.
18.
Oh, sorry. They call him Tadpole.
Okay. His name is. He calls it. He would believe his name. The name by which the creature is most commonly known. Tadpole. He's not a happy one. Give me a percentile roll to figure out if he's a weird race or not.
Okay.
For this crew.
22.
Okay, he is a human, male, and then his profession or role. Yeah, he doesn't identify with a slaver. In his mind, he is a merchant, right? He's like, no, I sell things, right? Like he
sells things, but he dresses up like this. It's just what It's just what merchants wear.
He just like, you know, he wanted to be a dominatrix. Whatever. It's
He
fine.
wanted to fit in.
I just sell things, and sometimes they happen to cry and beg for mercy. Yes.
Okay, for this one, give me a percentile roll that you basically there's a 20% chance because of the like Jin did succeed in pointing out the right location. Okay, that was
Who's rolling this?
Barney, you can roll this.
Okay,
There
15.
15.
15. Okay, let's rewind time a little bit. We've got a wound. This was in the mad scramble on the ship. One Chitinese pirate slew the other Chitinese pirate, and then the other guy got beaten by crewmen, got pummeled by Jin She, and did he take damage from anybody else? Did he get blasted or mind thrusted or anything like that?
One guy did get mind thrusted from Sebastian.
All right.
Whether he understood, to the best of the victim's knowledge, so.
So, Sebastian, Jin She.
I got a bad headache.
Goldfish gave me a headache. It was
Yep.
awful.
So we have a D4. Sebastian, Jin She, Daedalus, or other slaves that were
Okay,
you know,
we want high, or this all comes crumbling down. No, Sebastian. Okay, that's not too bad.
all right. So to the best of his knowledge, correct? It is
I saw a goldfish and my head hurt.
okay, give me a all right, I need a D20 roll
Yep.
for the intelligence of this man to understand the situation that was happening very quickly in front of him.
You mean a 3d6?
No. I need a D20 and I'm going to add a modifier to it.
Okay, 17.
Ooh, he's
17.
He's smart merchantman.
All right. How was your blood shed? The evil fish blew my mind.
he's clearly a madman.
When was your blood shed? Yesterday. This guy is smarter. He doesn't. His response to yesterday is actually like 18 or yesterday at 3 p.m. He has a more succinct answer. Tadpole might have been mocked amongst that crew. He probably was, you know,
Like an erudite guy. Yep.
all right. Most interesting, says Rickety.
Are you
It's
putting
a
these in
fish
the
gilder.
OneNote somewhere?
I do have them in the OneNote. I have them in my notes currently.
Okay.
I have them in my DM area.
I'm gonna...
Where I forgot to put down the name of the wizard. It's in here somewhere. I'll have to find it. All right. In fact, I'm pretty certain I've got the token out here somewhere. That's fine. All right. Okay. There's a bit of a murmur at the goldfish portion. Where is Sebastian currently?
Sebastian is with the other group, killing pirates, killing slavers. Sorry.
All right.
Even if they don't identify as slavers, they are slavers and they dress like them.
They're wearing the outfit.
Yeah, exactly.
And-
Wearing the uniform
have
of
slaves.
someone who cannot be trusted.
Okay. There's a bit of a murmur at that particular response.
I mean, there's all sorts of fish in the...
There's all sorts of fish. Well, at that end, there have been sentient fish-like beings in the harbor. So, All right.
Yeah,
so
like the
you've
thing
got
that dragged our boat from the bottom of the sea. That thing might have blown a lot of minds.
Yes. All right. The third one. You wanted to do the
Our griffin.
The griffin. All right. So the name of the griffin. Krimlir. You will have a female griffin. Female.
Where's Grimler?
What is her?
There's Grimler.
Does she have a subtype or like the riding the package? Does she have a package?
She is an animal companion.
Okay, so she's just core animal companion.
Yep.
All right. She would be. Think she identifies. Actually, let's. Her personality. She's pretty aggressive. She does like finding things. So give me a D4, 1 in 4 chance it's something other than hunter is what she identifies as being her. If you say, "What is your job?" It's I hunt things.
You want a D4? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
1.
Okay, it's not a hunter. All right. Partner. Scout. What would be other, like, defender?
Sure.
Defender.
She's so cute. She thinks she's defending. She's defending Gensori.
She's guarding Gensori. So under her personality traits, she's protective.
Okay.
Just throw that in there. All right. How was your bloodshed? Well, this one is pretty straightforward. Through the best of her knowledge, she's
5 int.
5 int.
Big scary arrow.
Bad spear from bad boat stabbed me.
Perfect.
Bad spear from bad boat stabbed me.
In the court of law, the dumber the better.
The timing was yesterday. Like her concept of time is not as sound. Yeah, what is your profession? Yeah, you're correct. In 5, kind of Forrest Gump a little bit around there, a little bit somewhere in there. We have more complex thoughts. All right. Kate Molgromere. The spell has been cast. You have your evidence before you. Is there anything you want to focus on, not focus on? Try to impact people's understanding of sort of what's being presented? You're muted.
He's just trying to get a gauge of, like, are they falling for this shit? Or...
Give me a sense motive.
He's not particularly good at that, but he's going to try it anyway. 13.
I'm going to roll a D10. High on the D10, they're falling for it. Low on the D10, they're not falling for it. And this is what you think is happening. Oh, they're falling for hook, line, and sinker. Easy.
All right, well, let's let it go. Let the cards fall where they may. All he goes to
right. So
Lee's looking at the board. Oh, he bumps Corinne. Oh, there's all sorts of scary things in there. in that harbor.
It could be any fish.
Big fishes hauling around boats and stuff. It could be anything. Yeah, it could be anything.
It could be anything. Yeah, it could be anything, Baldy. All right. So, is there anything further you'd like to add, Mr. Captain Molgromere?
I think the evidence pretty much speaks for itself. It's, I mean, they may as well have fallen down and died. It's really, as far as we're concerned.
I wish to inquire what of this fish. Again, the Shogun. She wishes to know about the fish. We actually might do it from Rickety's point of view. It's a little bit more. Hey, she wants to know about the fish.
What fish? There are lots of fish. Grab a rod, you'll find some.
Well, I mean...
some of them will be dangerous.
It's true. So, while you were nearby, where's your... she wishes to know where your, monk is? The drunk one?
Well, my guess is he's drinking somewhere.
She's all right. So he's not here.
Molgromere looks around like he could be, but I don't know. I don't see him.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have anyone who can attest to the... Has anyone seen the fish? Does anyone know anything about the fish? Rickety is...
I ate a fish for breakfast 2 days ago.
All right, Rickety is attempting to speak subtly. Most of the townsfolk around here are kind of like turning around or sort of moving away when he's asking for anybody who's witnessed a fish. Nobody's coming forward. Well, now that they're part of you... Oh, go ahead.
Perhaps he was just at sea for too long and his mind is starting to crack. These things happen.
What I can tell you, says Jonathan, is the spells are quite clear. None of the... From what the spells say, one man was slew by a slaver, and another at least had his blood drawn by a fish. For one to have a mind, he must have been alive, he suggests. Molgromere, since they are now members of your crew, for the most part, could you provide one of the slaves, the previous slaves, do you run a slave ship? What do you call your crewmen?
We call them crewmen.
Well, how quaint. All right, one of your crewmen, who used to be one of their slaves, to provide evidence to what they saw. I mean, they are the ones who committed the acts. They might know of the fish that has been mentioned.
Okay. I suppose I could ask, but, I mean...
Why do you keep going on about the stupid fish? Cred's yelling from the back. They saw Kremlier. Bring that bastard here, I'll show him what for.
Hey, why don't you shut up for a while?
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, you tell him. You tell him, Molgromere.
I suppose we could call them...
Rose will move forward and just give Molgromere a nod. Like, if you need someone to speak, Rose will do it.
This is one of those, how do you feel about previously owned?
I'm guessing.
Nah, we'll just go with crewman. This is one of the new crewmen. He will speak. And Molgromere kind of gives him an eye like, you're going to do the right thing, right? Like, I don't know you.
He seems to have backbone and pride. He doesn't respond to that question. Like, he heard it, but he doesn't. He then goes and gives us a polite bow to Rickety, and in a thick jade, is it jade? No, iron tongue accent. I will answer whatever questions you have.
Oh, perfect. Did you see a fish during? Well, actually, first, what is your name?
Rose. It's not his actual name, it is his nom de guerre, but he's not interested in telling anyone his family name, or his given name.
How long were you a previously owned?
I don't know. How long was he owned?
Let's go for 66.
25.
Just over 2 years. Whoa.
25 months and 3 days.
This like wins from some of the. Oh. Ooh.
I have many scars from the scourge. If you'd like to count those, you can.
Then it's like Rickety mid sentence is like looking over at the bald woman riding the ogre. We're not interested in those scars unless they are fresh. While with their property, that is their business. What led to the altercation that led to your freedom? To the best of your knowledge.
There was a disagreement between the slavers. We took advantage of this and freed ourselves through violence. Do you need a bluff? It's partially true.
It's partially true. I do need a bluff. You get a bonus. You get a +4 bonus from it being
A half truth.
a half truth,
Okay.
as well as having a sympathetic ear. At least one person is sympathetic to your answer.
All right. Rose's bluff with the +4 bonus is +23. He gets a 39.
Perfect. Did you see any fish?
Yes.
Could you describe the fish that blew a mind?
Some of the fish I saw were small, like a minnow. I did see what might have been a trout, perhaps a catfish, in the reeds nearby. I was not thinking about fish at the time when we were trying to fight for our freedom. The man's name was Tadpole. He was heavily ridiculed amongst his own people. Not that it was much of my business. I cannot attest to the mental state of the man.
Can you give me a bluff? Because you're
Yep.
answering a completely different question.
That's how it's supposed to go, though, right? We're watching a lot of fucking debates and shit. Answer the damn question!
How are you going to make my tax bill better?
But the immigration policy. Yeah.
Okay.
29.
I know, but they don't notice that you turned it into they made fun of the guy was made fun of and might not have been in his right mind. was the answer to what is the fish in the on this thing. It might be a minnow, it might be a trout. Did you are you aware of what physically blew his mind?
Does Rose have any clue?
Does he have any ranks in Arcana, history, knowledge, local, religion?
All right. Knowledge, local, none. History, none. Religion, none. And no spellcraft.
Okay, give me an int check.
His ears started to bleed and he fell down.
Not 20, 21.
You understand that you understand all the basic schools of magic.
Yep.
And it basically sounds like a magic spell. Like it sounds like magic. Now, how you respond is up to you. But what you know that it sounds like a magic thingy. And then you could say druids.
What was the exact wording of his question?
Do you know what nature of the effect was that blew his mind? Like, there's like that sentence. They're basically asking about.
I do not know the nature of whatever he was speaking about.
You know what? A magic thingy would have been fine too.
Okay. Were you assisted by the crewmen of the, I guess any of the Harrigan's crewmen?
Yes, they gave us a job immediately after we got our freedom. That is a great amount of assistance.
Give me a bluff.
It's true. 31.
Hey.
Nice.
He's lying with the truth. That's his. Mm-hmm. That's his shtick. Molgromere, you probably get to the idea that this guy's been around talky people. Like he might be noble.
Yep.
All right. Do you have anything else for him? Says Rickety to Neva.
Now that I have a sword in hand, I rush to battle my foe. Let me know the day that blood shall be spilt, is what he says directly at Neva.
Are you willing to accept probing of the mind?
No.
Says Rickety to Rose. Okay, there's a slight flash of anger from Neva.
Yeah, Rose also was angry at that question.
Are you sure you don't want to accept probing of the mind? Says Rickety.
Would she accept probing from my blade?
Molgromere, there's a slight feminine growling in like just the back of your cerebrum. You know that she was previously speaking to you telepathically, although you're not supposed to be communicating to one another. You did check, like you started it.
If so, then I will submit.
Apparently, we don't want to. Apparently, no probing is the current request, or the current agreement. All right. So
he bows to Rickety. Then he bows to Molgromere, and then takes a step back, like he is done. He's done providing answers.
Anything else, Molgromere?
No, unless
I
you
mean, Captain Molgromere. You gotta go.
unless you have some kind of evidence I need to refute. I don't know what else to say. It was not us.
not us.
No, it was us, now that we are part of the crew.
I love you too.
All right.
Sorry.
Just admiring my nerddom.
Molgromere, could you kindly give me a bluff check, sort of representing your case, unless there's some other... You didn't sound very intimidating. You could have been diplomacy. Rose, you can add an aid in there. You can aid him.
Let's aid him.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get
that aid would be +3.
It was a +3 aid.
check something here. Okay.
Yeah, I realized Black Dog's cohort had a lot of ranks in bluff.
Wait a second. Somebody provide evidence.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the
You
aid.
could have brought one of the chuckleheads out. The big guy hit him with a sword and then I stabbed him. Could have been the evidence.
Did I get an aid from?
Plus,
sorry,
plus
did I get
3.
+3?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. 3, and I got a +3 and +4. Shit, I rolled crappy. 19.
After all that. And violence breaks out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his closing argument. Meh.
All right, they rolled crappy, a 3 and a 2 on their sense motives.
Apparently, their reaction was also meh.
Rickety is looking at you with a slightly confused expression, like he starts giggling. Which you've previously discovered is his tick for anything uncomfortable. He just giggles.
Half the crew doesn't like Rickety because he laughs at the most inappropriate things. Like, a guy died. It's like, what the fuck?
Our ship sank by horrible monsters from below. That happens. All right. Please present your evidence. Niva the Mute does present several scrolls. Shall I... Molgromere, do you wish for me to read these aloud, or is my perusal sufficient?
I would like to hear what they say, in case they are full of lies.
Well, they're probably full of lies, Captain.
Fuck those guys!
the peanut gallery back here.
The freedom worshipping Cordite just flips them the double birds. All right. Rickety begins reading reading out documents. Oh, my. You do see him fiddling with his glasses. Had to be infernal, didn't it? For fuck's sake. Fiddles with his glasses. There we go. There's a bill of sale. The owner of going headed to. He begins reading out, kind of like he's really glazing over a bunch of the details. A manifest. Basically, you've got a slaver's cargo manifest is what. So You're proving that they are your property legally while they were in your possession. Yes? All right. Is this truly a question of possession, or because if that is the case, what are you looking for in terms of recompense? Yes. Captain Molgromere, there's an interesting bit of situation here. You know. Do you feel that you were wronged by the Ebon Chain? Fuck those guys! They shot our bird!
Yes,
Griffin!
They shot our griffin, yes. That's at very least an insult.
And that was shown true through spell. I can attest that the spells were cast truthfully and by a third party. Right. There's a bit of a glower between Jonathan and Neva. And there is definitely damage to property here. Because they have both declarations that the pirates themselves are also property. So, we've got damaged property, potentially stolen property. Doesn't appear to have any, well, aside from this fiendish fish which blows minds. Molgromere, would you have any idea what a fiendish fish who blows minds is? Just as a, before we
I don't know what these slavers do with their free time, but I met a nice lady at the last port I was at who blew my mind. So,
You mean perform comedy?
yes, I can. Hang on. See if the monkey helps. The monkey does not help. Okay.
The monkey is just making blue
Your dancing is off key.
The monkey is air humping the side of your head.
You got a 26 on the joke, though.
Okay. You're able to deflect the question effectively. Take me some. If there's no other evidence or no other claims, I mean, do you dispute this claim? I mean, Rickety's coming over with documents. You see, Baggermark does take a step forward as Rickety's holding them out. I mean,
there are some steps forward from the bruisers.
One of your men may review these in detail if you wish. I don't know if you have anyone who speaks devil. Daedalus is just like looking at his toes the whole time. he knows every crevice of every one of his toes during this conversation. He's mapped them out perfectly.
I'm sure we can find someone. He'll take them.
He's not giving them to you because apparently that the Pirates of the Ebon Chain don't want to give you the documents. If they could come to my quarters, they could review under my guidance as a third party. Trying to keep the peace around here. Don't want the monsters from beneath dragging everybody's ships down below, that sort of thing.
No, we don't. And there seems to be a rash of slavers dying, and he looks never right in the eye.
Don't want to offend Thog. Want to keep Thog nice and sleepy. Right, so you can have a member of your crew come and review the documents, and I will render judgment later this evening.
That would be fine.
If there's anything of major concern, I suppose we will contact you, Neva, to basically get things sorted out. Your documents will be returned to you, of course, and they will not be copied in any way that is untoward. Understood? Yes.
I'm going to scribble on them.
You should get out of here while you still can. Actually,
Okay.
no, let's...
Okay.
Okay. At which point, Baggermock begins to fly. Again. He does fly respectfully, like, around. He doesn't fly over or in any place where people would be swiping without interaction. What is your crew doing at this point in time?
Molgromere is kind of looking around. Do we have anyone who speaks devil?
Okay. Give me a perception check or sense motive from your party who are available right now. It's your choice which one you'd like to roll.
I think we're going with perception.
Okay, here I'll just use the tool because
Okay.
tools are amazing. Perception. Jin She. Jin She is there.
Yeah, I need to add Rose and Dead List to this. I'll do that.
Neva and Baggermock do move rather slowly past your crew on the way by, who are out by the docks currently.
Yep.
Just, a little bit slow. That's all. Okay, they're basically screwing off back to their boat. Who speaks Devilish? So we're looking for. Does anybody speak Infernal?
I think Dead List
No.
does.
Daedalus most definitely speaks Infernal.
Okay. I think.
I do, sir.
Oh, good. New guy. What is your name again?
Daedalus, sir.
Daedalus. All right. Where do you learn devil tongue?
It is part of my worship, sir.
Okay, and who do you worship? Because that's kind of weird.
Amongst those who I worship my ancestors, sir. My ancestors who follow Hextor.
Ah. Okay, no judgment. Fine. So you will go read the documents. I will come with you. You will tell me what they say. Yes.
Of course, sir. If I make any mistakes, you may have me whipped, sir.
Or maybe you just do a good job and we'll get you a beer, huh? How about that?
If it is in order, I will imbibe in the alcohol, but I find it... Alcohol dulls the senses.
Yeah, that's kind of the point of it, yeah.
The senses are the window to pain. Pain is the window to the soul.
Well, I tell you what, if that's what your goal is, you do a good job, I'll kick you right in the nuts. How about that, huh?
Understood, sir.
Like a proper punt right there. Crack! Break your pelvis.
Great job.
All right, Daedalus goes off with Rickety. Rotgut, I get to say my piece. All right, Rotgut. It basically, Rotgut is. Do you have a piece to say? Well,
Lee walks over. Is there some mundane object nearby?
Coconut or
oh
something.
yeah, you're by a shed, right?
Okay,
there's,
he
like,
picks up
little
a
bits of
bucket
wood.
and he's palming the bucket like it's something he can throw.
Okay, give me a strength-based intimidate check.
Sure.
You have a bonus for size, obviously.
Is it 4?
Yep.
And I subtract my charisma.
You do subtract your charisma. You're still ugly.
20.
Well, what did you see? They approached them on the dock, and then a fight broke out. Did you see who started it? Yeah, they started it. He's giving a dirty look to Lihita. What precisely did you see? The drunk guy moved forward, then a fight started. Did you see who threw the first punch? Yes. The bird's lie. Are you sure? Yes. And Rocket starts to fly off.
Okay, there's a barrel being thrown at Rocket. Or not a barrel, the bucket.
There's a bucket.
We're not trying to do damage. We're just trying to get the bucket over top of the bird.
Sure. Give us a
bucket
range
jar.
attack roll, and then it'll be a CMB check.
Okay. Shigami. We don't have rage. We don't have mutagen running. How far was he when we tossed this?
He would have been 30, 40 feet away.
Okay. So that would be a plus 17 minus 4 for range. AC 17.
All right, so the Rocket's able to sort of like dodge your bucket.
Okay.
You see him spitting his tongue out, or
Get
sticking his,
out of here!
he like squawks at Lihita on the way by.
Yep.
Hey, Rockgut ends up going away. Yeah, in terms of for everybody else, Rockgut wasn't able to actually see the fight because Grimlear was chasing him around, which had happened previously. Grimlear ended up getting shot because he was chasing Rockgut around out at sea. Okay, so Daedalus is going to go and translate documents. Rickety is going to be rendering judgment early this evening. What is the party doing over the next few hours?
I think it's mostly what are these guys doing?
What are they doing?
We're stooshing the bodies.
Yeah, Ganzorig is
Using invisibility.
turning invisible, dragging bodies over to the shore, summoning in a water elemental to drag the bodies below, and I believe you're also puncturing their lungs so that they would fill with water. Just shoving them a little bit, just a little bit of desecration. As well as leaving
You
them in
just
their
put
armor.
rocks in their mouths until they...
Yeah, how many? That would be 5 charges from the wand, probably.
Yep.
Worth.
I'm just gonna dump these pirates out at sea. And because this this particular fjord is used for very large ships, it's very deep down here. Like it's not like it's at least 50 or 100 feet deep.
Okay, coming trumping back after he's done that. Okay, I think everything's okay here. Why don't we all go head back the way we came, and we'll do that. I don't know, way over there. Swim back and we'll fly back in that barrel. Get out of the barrel there, stupid ghoul.
There's room for 2.
I'm not sticking anything in there while you're in there.
Surprise!
Well, I wasn't surprised at all. A little bit of a surprise about how ugly you got. Did you get uglier in there?
Of course, my beauty cream isn't in there no more. Where's my pickle juice?
Oh, I think Molgromere took some of it when he was going to go do the court thingy.
Where's my pickle juice?
Oh, Katie, make this barrel fly like no barrel's ever flown before.
How come you get to ride the barrel and I get to?
Oh, because I'm not as good as a swimmer as you are. Holy shit, you're a good swimmer. Look at how good of a swimmer he is. See?
Banta like starts.
Give me a charisma check from Gadzorig.
Oh, another negative. Charisma check. What's that? Why do rangers need charisma?
It's okay.
Handle
I get charisma myself.
It just comes off as being like petty or
Yeah. Yep. Oh, look at it. He goes into his little swimmy stance and.
You are afraid of swimming, aren't you? Deep water. I understand. You are a scaredy cat. No problem.
Yeah, there's all sorts of fucking things in the water.
Do things like Banta.
Oh, things like this ghoul here. Show them your fins there, buddy. He's got webbed fingers like Molgromere.
I kind of wish I still had my nose. Why'd you fuckers leave my nose behind?
It's tore. Your nose got tore off when we pulled you out of the wheel.
It's not like you saved me by pulling me. I could have got my nose. Now it's at the bottom of some trench.
I didn't do it.
Imagine what happens the next time I get a cold. If I sneeze, it's going to go everywhere.
Okay, so what this mess of tokens is a intelligent goldfish inside of a goldfish bowl that is riding on top of an animated stand. The animated stand is controlled by this tiny glowy gem, which is the goldfish's familiar. All right. So that's what this mess of tokens is. There is a fish that blows people's minds.
Supply.
Yes, well, are we ready to go back, you dullards?
Yes, Banta's ready. He's the best swimmer here.
Oh, you shouldn't let him talk to you like that. Like, you've got thumbs, he doesn't.
Look, my fists are dull. What problem?
He's got thumbs. I mean, he's just so wrong about being the best swimmer here. I swim laps around you. I can swim all. Not even close.
Let's do it. Race to back. Race back to other shore.
Okay, let's go over there though, where no one can see us, or at least their boat can't see us.
Okay. Yeah, that
So-
sounds good.
He'll activate the barrel.
Andre does make her way back after the few minutes of getting rid of booties.
Yep.
The buddies. The powerful angel-blooded monk priestess who is short on words and doesn't communicate very well.
She communicates with punching you in the face.
You're making me feel awkward.
We'll go up to here and then we'll cross, both flying low to the water and the swimmers, kind of guarding the swimmers. The barrel was recently enchanted to fly, so Ganzorig is using that to fly across. Krimlir is just following, and this group enters the water, begins to swim. Grimsby has a swim speed. Banta, with his monk style, swims pretty well.
Barracuda style.
Yep, and the fishbowl legs have a swim speed of 20 or 30.
I just see them sort of like turning and then spinning
Yeah,
like
it
Mario games.
kind of turns like a little propeller. Yeah.
All right.
And even if seawater gets inside the bowl, the seawater ends up being filtered out in
Horrible aberrations do live in this fjord.
Yeah.
So, percentile roll.
Oh, you bastard! The random encounter as we go for a swim. 75.
None of the locals swim in this water.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 75 is first.
Okay, yeah. At this distance, you're able to basically make your way back.
Or Or you don't have
There's a
light
few
source
guards that are like.
swimming around?
Sorry. There's a few guards around the dry dock where your ship is being held, which are like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be back here." As in this side of the town, then they do recognize you. Oh, they're part of the crew, so there's no. They're worried that you might have been trying to steal secrets. There's questions about the angel, like one with wings shouldn't be back here.
No, it's just the crew. It's fine. It's fine. I got Gaetano under.
Who's yelling?
Gaetano. Who's yelling? One of here. I'll put a token down. It is one of. There's guards that are guarding the dry dock, making sure that people aren't spying on your ship as part of the service, and one of them is basically telling you that you're not supposed to, that she isn't supposed to be back here because.
Don't worry, we're escorting her back to the inn there, just to make sure she doesn't spy on it. Good job, you guys. Good job. These guys are very good. Oh, this barrel is really turny, isn't it? It's sort of turning around.
It doesn't turn.
He bounces the barrel off of the building.
Oh.
She's giving us flying lessons.
Okay, give me. So Gaetano, what were you saying?
Yeah, she's trying out for our crew. She didn't make it, so we're sending her back.
I didn't. What? No.
It's too bad. It's too bad. You're a nice girl, but you're just not what we're looking for right now.
There's a sound of gritting teeth and like popping knuckles.
It's that anger, you see. It's that anger. You're so punchy.
At this point,
he smiles at her though and like blinks like.
Please no. All right, Grimsby turns himself invisible while this is happening because he's not supposed to be seen.
That's probably smart.
You're not supposed to be advertising that you have a ghoul.
Doesn't make you popular.
Kate, give me a. It's a bluff. You definitely have an aid for. Well, Genzorg needs to try to aid.
Okay, 1d20 minus 10 or minus 1.
Minus 10. I was like, holy shit.
Holy shit.
Oh. No aid, but no hinder.
All right.
Just Genzorg.
All right, so no aid. Plus. Yeah, 18.
Okay. That's too bad, but they should. He's motioning around. Just go around.
Oh yeah, we'll go around. We go around. She got lost. That's why she couldn't make it.
Yeah,
what was that?
We'll go around and give the building a wide berth.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that they're taking their job seriously.
Yeah, it's like it's one of the only. There's like two rules here. One, snakes don't kill humanoids, and humanoids don't kill snakes.
Yep.
The other one is when you have a ship in dry dock, that place is blocked out for privacy.
We're gonna stop by the shack to deposit our ghoul, and I guess the barrel. Okay, there, ghoulie.
Did you smell so edible in here? What'd you do?
Oh, I farted a little bit, but that's only when I hit the building.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard to get it to go straight
Oh,
sometimes.
it spin. You gotta go to spin. You gotta get into the right mood for it, Katie.
Maybe an umbrella would help. You know, just
Oh, you keep practicing there. That's it. Get back into your barrel.
picking up it's a hunk of the large snake. I think was one of the last things you killed. The big
Stingray.
Stingray. He's grabbing a big hunk of stingray flesh. You start hearing disgusting sounds of like cartilage being chopped and torn.
All right, we'll leave the alarmed area. I think most of the crew know the command word, and then we'll go hook up.
Did you hide the command word from Andre?
Yeah, we probably ran ahead to whisper the command word.
Okay. not good enough for your crew.
I had to come up with something. I mean, the other lie I was going to come up with would have been a detriment to your no doubt stellar reputation as a lady.
Hey, there they are. Hey, Banta. What have you guys been up to?
Nothing.
We were
Going for a walk and get some
walking,
drinks and
yes. Banta did not punch anything.
Oh, really? No,
Banta's just looking around. He's holding his head. Oh, this is a reference to a wound he took a long time ago. Oh, actually, yesterday.
Are Rickety's men still standing there, or is it just our crew?
No, there's men guarding the like. There are still men around.
Okay.
There are men waiting for Rickety and Daedalus, who are gone into the boathouse to do some transcriptions.
Change subject.
Lee is just going to
Let
go
the good
over
swimmer.
and take Sebastian and put Sebastian up in the rope trick without any explanation.
You should probably stay here. They think that, I don't know, some people think that maybe you, killed a pirate, killed a slaver.
What? I did no such thing.
No, but they know that a fish blew somebody's mind.
So this is giggling at that.
Yeah, you should probably just stay up here for a while.
Yeah. I would never.
Sure you would.
Lee's giggling as he comes down for the rope trick.
Oh, that was awesome. But we didn't get to punch anybody. Corinne is
No,
like...
neither did Banta.
Neither did...
Jin is now telling Molgromere that he thought he heard the sounds of fighting a while back when the court was being held.
This is shocking news. Do you know who was fighting?
I do not, but it was in the same direction as our companions went.
Okay, well, we'll just come walking over. And I said, "Oh, how's your evening?"
Oh, Banta didn't punch anything.
No.
No. You see the smile crossing Granzorig's face as he's turning to fuss with Grimlier a little bit. He's laughing.
Okay.
Is everybody okay?
The fighting that Jin She heard, that was definitely not you then.
I did not punch anything, says Andre. She's pushing Gaetano over and then moving off.
Any excuse to touch me.
Tana's annoyed the hell out of her. She's joining Jonathan.
Yeah. She's gonna go join Jonathan. I'm just checking the.
Oh yeah, we definitely didn't get into any fights.
What else did you definitely not do?
36 on the CMB.
Oh, we definitely didn't confront 5 slavers. He says. Oh, we definitely didn't, like kill those guys.
You should have.
And we definitely didn't send them to their watery graves in the harbor.
Well, that's good that you didn't do that, because that would look very bad for us.
Did we take any treasure from them?
I asked if you looted them, and you said that you weren't taking any of their armor or weapons.
Yeah.
So,
was there anything else worth taking?
Well, they would have had coin purses and like small personal effects and
like nothing magical. Magical easily concealed.
There was one dude with a flare gun.
No.
Okay.
No, all their shit just got pushed into the ocean as offering to the Kraken thing or whatever it was. Thog. Thog's children. Oh no, we definitely. Had it been a normal day, we would have taken things, but we definitely didn't take things. Okay, now I'm confused.